AITA for getting upset my BF wouldn't take me to the ER? My boyfriend, M20, and I, F21, live together at my parents'. I have been having some pretty bad UTI symptoms and went to a walk-in clinic 2 weeks ago when I had clear signs of a UTI and they sent me home and said I tested negative. I woke up a week later with extreme hip pain. I spent all day on a heating pad and crying. 2 more days pass and then I woke up with the worst abdominal pain I've ever had. I begin screaming and call my mom. She says to wake up my boyfriend and tell him to take me to the nearby hospital. 7 minutes. That is small. Or one that's 35 minutes away that would properly handle what was going on. I wake him up and he says just sleep it off. At this point I'm in tears. He says no and alludes that I'm overreacting, which I've been known to do. And it's probably nothing because I tested neg. I feel as if I've been stabbed and this is not the type of pain I can wait out. I even compare how I'm feeling to a possible bladder rupture because of how awful I felt. Finally he agrees to take me. But only if I let him sleep for 2 more hours. I understand that if it was some ungodly time. But it was currently 11:30 a.m. And he went to bed at 3 a.m. after playing video games. I explain that I can't wait that long and have no one else home to drive me. He turns over and lays back down. An hour goes by of the worst pain of my life and I decide I will just try to suck it up and drive myself to the nearby ER. I woke him up one more time and I explained that I cannot wait any longer and need to go now. Because something is wrong. He snaps and says give him 1 more hour and lays back down. I storm off in my car and make it about 2 blocks before I realize I forgot my wallet and I was in no state to drive, as I was literally in so much pain I couldn't focus. I come home and lay down in bed beside him as I scream out in pain. He says that I know it takes time for him to wake up and I have no right to get mad. I barely utter out please take me to the one 7 minutes away because I'm scared. I remind him that I've driven 2 hours at 3 a.m. on no sleep just to pick him up from the hospital and spent the whole summer helping him recover from his injury including bathing and wiping him because he needed me. He argues some more then finally at 2:30 p.m. takes me to the hospital 7 minutes away. It turns out I had an advanced UTI and infection in my bladder and kidneys as well as a kidney stone that was infected. I felt bad as I recalled my attitude that morning but I was in a lot of pain. I do recall saying things like, fine just don't help then, and, you're being a dick, in rebuttal to his attitude. Am I the asshole? TLDR. Boyfriend wouldn't drive me to hospital until he got more sleep. NTA. You were in pain and asked to go to the hospital. Why your partner didn't hop up like there was a fire under him is concerning. And sounds like you need a new boyfriend, one that actually cares about your well-being. NTA. First of all I hope this is a troll because can such a bad boyfriend exist? Dump the whole man. At least that's what I would do. What kind of person can ignore their partner who is in this much pain? Also, you said you were known to overreact. Is this something you've actually noticed about yourself? Have people in your life told you that you tend to do that? Or was it just your boyfriend? Pass the kidney stone. Pass the BF. NTA. You need rid of all of these. Screaming and crying in pain? A person who can ignore that is not the one for you. I take it cab etc. weren't an option? You can't rely on this guy so you need to have alternatives. NTA. Break up with him ASAP. I'm curious though. What was his reaction when he found out you were really sick? Medical professional here. Those symptoms require immediate attention. Women die from untreated UTIs because they go septic. This is a really serious thing that he callously ignored. He did not care that you were in that amount of pain, and that is sure as fuck a reason to kick him out immediately. Abdominal pain of that severity is a medical emergency and should be treated as such. He didn't care if you died as long as he got sleep. Delaying medical care is a huge cause of deaths that I see in my work. They wait until there is nothing we can do to help. Damn. Girl. Do you not have 911 ambulance service? At this point, I'd reconsider the whole relationship, because that is some bullshit. I had an ovarian cyst a couple of years ago and it was the worst pain I'd ever felt. Even worse than labor. My husband immediately took me to ER. He did end up falling asleep on the bed when I was taken for tests. But at least he took me. Are you okay now? What happened at the ER? What bothers me is your defending boy. And you state here, I've been known to overreact. Do you really? Or does he tell you that you do? NTA, why are you with this guy? Wait. I just scrolled through your comments. Not only did he ignore you when you were literally screaming from the pain, he also absolutely gave you a bullshit excuse why he didn't take you, and he's been cheating on you. NTA and WTF. It's time to call it. Girl. Location flag, 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 location flag. NTA, seriously dump his ass. How can someone that supposedly cares about you sleep while you are next to them crying, begging to go to a hospital? In what world is his actions okay? I wouldn't usually say dump someone when this is the only story I know of the relationship, but this is all I need to hear to know you deserve better. Please look after yourself and leave this fool. You didn't know what was happening. It could have been life-threatening. What happens if next time it is and he just wants to sleep for another hour or two and you die in that time? Hope you are feeling better and on the mend. OMFG. 8 years ago my aunt, mid-30s at the time, had an abdominal aneurysm. A lot of intense sudden pain. You know what happened? She is alive, but only because she was taken to the hospital within half an hour of the onset. And she was lucky with the doctor. Half an hour more, and she'd be dead. NTA. Absolutely. In a medical emergency, every minute is a life or death or quality of life gamble. Ditch the BF because he doesn't think your life is worth half an hour of his previous sleep. I believe that if that had been a ruptured appendix, that you could have died in that time. Is this what you want? A BF who would let you die to get a couple more hours of sleep? He doesn't get to live with your parents and sleep while you're in pain. Just know. Dude is 20 years old, living with your parents, stays up all night playing video games, and can't be arsed to take you to the doctor when you're obviously in pain? NTA. And you need to ask yourself exactly what you're getting out of this relationship, besides someone who tells you how dramatic you are. NTA. I'm so sorry, Op. That sounds horrible. I had a false negative once. I did not believe it and went to a different doctor. Got a positive and they said it was really bad. Trust yourself in those moments. You know your body best. Also, in the words of that awesome TikTok guy, dump his ass. Quote. What in the absolute fuckery? You are screaming in pain and he can't be bothered? He needs time to wake up? Meanwhile, the infection ravages your body, but no, he needs to sleep? I am so mad for you, but honestly I am also really sad. So sad that you think this is the best you deserve. I'd have thrown the whole man away. If he can't even drive you to the when you're in dire need, what use is he really? Edit for judgment. Obviously NTA. NTA to a point where you should dump this guy. Seriously. If the partner doesn't want to partner, it is not a partner. I woke up crying from extreme dental pain. My husband immediately began calling dentists until he found one that could take me right away, and drove me there, all while taking care of our 3 kids. This entire interaction took less than 10 minutes. Just pointing out what someone who loves you does when you're in pain. Reread your post. Does that sound like love, respect, basic human decency? He sounds like a garbage person. Throw away the garbage person and feel better soon. NTA. First of all, dump the boyfriend. If a man stays with you at your parents' house playing video games until 3 a.m., and it's 11:30 a.m., you woken him up to ask him to bring you to the hospital and he refuses? Red flag. I smell narcissistic behavior. You felt guilty because you called him out in his bullshit? Red flag. Never feel guilty for calling him out on his bullshit. Some men, not offense guys, can't see what they are saying or understand that we have a different concept of what's important and not important. In his eyes, your health and well-being was not important enough to hope out of bed. 2 examples. My ex-BF, when I was having abdominal pain, he refused to drive me to the hospital. We lived in the apartment below my parents'. It was a duplex and we lived about 11 miles out of town and the hospital was about 16 to 18 miles away from us. So a good 40-minute drive. I live in Alaska and it's the middle of winter. I cried so much. I have high pain tolerance and I'm trying to explain to him that he needs to drive me. I can't drive like this. He told me to call 911. He is about to have a beer. I told him if he doesn't drive me to the damn hospital right now, there would be any more beer to drink when I get back. He finally took me to the hospital after arguing for 2 hours. I had UTI, dehydration, and just had a miscarriage. I didn't even know I was pregnant. He treated like, at least you weren't dying. Like I said, you could have called 911. I dumped him. Second example is my husband. Few weeks ago, I had a contraction that lasted an hour. I was 31 weeks pregnant. It was 4:30 a.m. I woke him up in pain telling him something is wrong. I'm having contractions and I don't know why. I'm high-risk pregnancy and have to take insulin. I can't break down sugars and cool fact. Baby's placenta creates sugar. So I'm sweating. I want to throw up. My head is dizzy. The first thing he did was got up, put in his sweats, got me dressed, put his coat on. He didn't even care he had no shirt on. Put our dog in the kennel, got me my coat and carried me to the caravan. Soon as we arrived, the contractions stopped. The first thing he said after they stopped was, "We should still get you checked. We don't want you and little girl to be sick before she arrives." If my husband can wake up on a Wednesday with only 2 hours of sleep to rush me, the pregnant wife, to the hospital over a Braxton Hicks that just gone wrong, your man should have brought you to the hospital without any question. You are not his priority. Dump him and kick his ass out. No more excuses. No more feeling guilty. You don't need him. He isn't there for you. He is a homosexual. Second, you are not the asshole. He is. He's living at your parents' fucking house and he can't even get off his ass to help you. He's trash. Dump him for yourself. NTA.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.